We have all experienced times when we have started to talk and nobody seemed to care. And then somebody else cracks the exact same joke and suddenly everyone laughs. And actually it's quite easy to turn this situation around though. It all comes down to simple basics of psychology. Let's start with your speaking habits. As I've already mentioned in my previous video on how to make an amazing first impression, gossiping will strongly defile your reputation. And in case you haven't seen it guys, go check it out. In general, the better you talk about other people, the better they're going to talk about you in return. And we all had this one group of seemingly best friends in school that started gossiping as soon as one of them left the room. This is closely linked to two more aspects, which are negativity and complaining. Because nothing makes people run away faster than a bad and unhappy vibe. Apart from your face, that's pretty scary too. It is okay to have a bad day and tell people about it, but know the limits. The last 2 points are exaggerating and finding excuses. Both let other people question your credibility. And to explain your point of view without appearing like you look for excuses, you might partly agree with the other person and say, I understand where you're coming from and I think you're mostly right. And whatever you do guys, don't say but next. Instead you could apologize or say, if you want to know why I did this or that, I would be happy to explain myself. Another great way to stand out and captivate your audience is speaking in strong statements. Instead of saying, for example, I kind of think that maybe I could have potentially upset our client a little bit, you can say, our client is not happy and here's what I'm going to do about it. This however takes some practice to get comfortable doing it. When it comes to your speaking style, a fast pace signals excitement, but also insecurity and stress. A slow pace on the other hand shows control, confidence, and is really good to emphasize certain points. And a well-used silence can also be a powerful tool that makes people eager to hear more. Pretty similar to your pace is the pitch of your voice. A high pitch can be compared to a fast pace of talking, and both combined can be super annoying. You know, like the hyperactive drama queens in school that wore pink all the time, who made absolutely everything more problematic than it actually was. The opposite, a low-pitched voice along with a slow pace of talking, can be extremely boring. And that reminds me of one of my old economics professors from university. And it's up to you to find the balance, and also it helps to record yourself. Talking about tonality, I need to mention uptalk. This concept basically means that your voice goes up towards the end of a sentence like it is the case with questions. And if you want to observe that yourself, just record your own voice when you talk to that really attractive girl from work that you didn't dare to ask out yet. It will sound as if you were asking for permission all the time. And as a self-confident MVP, you want to avoid that. Instead, go down with your voice at the end of a sentence, because this signals the complete opposite. And I will show you the difference in the following sentence. For example, you can say, hey, let's have a drink sometime. Or you can say, hey, let's have a drink sometime. And one sounds like a question, while the other one is more like a suggestion. And if you want to make the most out of your speaking style, engage your whole body. Most people talk from their throat, but to speak with authority and power, you need to speak from your chest. And this can be done by sitting or standing in a more aligned position. Just try it yourself. If you feel strong vibrations in your chest, you're doing it right. Next up on the list is volume. The louder you are, the more people will notice you obviously. But being loud all the time is not what you should aim for. And trust me guys, people on the train don't necessarily want to hear the story of how drunk you were last weekend. Instead, adapt your volume to the situation, and when you feel your audience is already really engaged, tone down your voice to draw them in even more. The last part of this video is your speaking mentality. And even though people can't directly see it, you express it strongly via your body language and tonality, etc. And personally, the biggest idea that brings immediate change is the mindset of truly believing that what you say is valuable to the ones listening. And I've tried it out so many times and the effect is absolutely impressive. It completely changes how you say things. And in addition, you can also add the mindsets of honesty, authenticity, integrity and love, as explained by Julian Treasure, a sound expert in his TED Talk. In other words, if you are yourself and a person other people can trust, and what you say is true, straight and clear, and wishing others well, it is nearly impossible for other people to ignore the message. And this also means to allow for being vulnerable and therefore a lot more relatable. That said, implement one thing after another and you will definitely see constant progress. And if you want to see more and not miss a single upload, hit subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. And if you have any other topic suggestions, let me know in the comments below, and I hope this was helpful and see you next time.